Alright, real quick, I'm going to be talking about this RDA, the Tobeco ERE, I guess, RDA. This video is going to be titled one of the worst because I honestly hate this RDA. I personally hate it. Some people might like it, so this is subjective, it's all subjective, but in my opinion, no offense to whose this isn't mine, obviously. I buy like Mad Hatter and Recoil, some of the more expensive ones, $55, $25. Actually, that's a really good deal for that. But this one, it was probably an $8 one, a $10 one on some of those sites, maybe more on a different site. But I have to say, when it comes down to it, I would never buy this one, never recommend it. But if you're a beginner, you just want something simple, go ahead. If you want something cheap, go ahead. But there are more options. So the cap, there's a non-replaceable, I think this comes out, Jesus. It's a adjustable drip tip. I think that's a 510. I don't use 510s. 510s aren't for, they're not made for RDAs. RDAs aren't made for 510s. And this won't come on and off because the O-ring is torn the hell up. I would have to throw some more juice on it and just lube that up real quick. It won't go on and off easy. But I put some coils in it. I'm going to talk about my biggest issue with this vape. Now, other than the fact that you have the air holes and you don't have it tsunami style, it comes out these little holes right here, which means it flows onto your mod if you accidentally drip. If you drip down them on accident. So, definitely not a recommended. I would not recommend people getting this. Now, I haven't vaped on it because I haven't filled it up. I want to show you guys these posts right here. The post holes are lower than the air holes. If you can kind of see that, these post holes are lower than the air holes. That means when you put the lead in, the air hole comes right up to the lead. You have to pick it up, meaning you can only use some of your tiniest wire. Here's, see if I can zoom that. No. Here's 28 gauge quad twist, I believe, or dual twist. That's the only wires I could fit in. I wanted to put some bigger ones in and I couldn't. I'm doing this for someone else. I wanted to make them good. But I'm going to recommend getting a new RDA. It does have, these things are pretty cool. These are separate air holes that can go down and it's somewhat adjustable. This thing goes into there and you can turn to the side to make it less or more on most, but the reason I'm putting coils in is because whoever is RDA this is said he put coils in and they caught on fire instantly. Never had that problem before. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe the fire button was pushed down on accident, but whatever. O-rings are tearing up, and this doesn't even look that old. There are no scratches on it, but the O-rings are torn up. I had to lube up this cap to even get it on. Now it does work. I mean, it works pretty nice. See if those can fire up. There. I have to get them even still. But the screws are nice. The screws, they don't strip. Really nice screws. But overall, I mean, if you guys are going to put this tsunami style, Kennedy 22 style airflow in, drop them down. Drop them down so they just hit the coils but don't come up higher than where your coils go in. If you have stiff wire, you're going to have to pre-bend the wire down and over like that so that you can actually insert them. And you can't insert them then snip them. You have to really insert them, put your screwdriver in here and pull them up. I had to pull them up a bit here. It's just giving me problems. So, I don't know what they did, but supposedly this one can catch on fire somehow. The coils can catch on fire. There must be a short. O-rings tear up. Really hard to put coils in it. So I'm going to have to say this is one of the worst. Now I know my business partner isn't here. He probably doesn't want us putting up a worst RDA video, but you guys need to see which ones not to buy. It works if you need it. If you need it, it works. If you want something cheap, like I'm sure this person went out and bought it because it was cheap. But spend a little more money if you can. Get some money together. Wait a little bit, or get a clone. So overall, I'm gonna say, you know, it's the end of the video, but don't go out and get the Tobeco ERE. See you guys.